He was just trying to help, but the truth about Olivia will stun you. Ryan thought he was saving her from her past, but when he learned the shocking truth, it changed everything. Can Ryan trust her, or has his act of kindness turned into a dangerous mistake? Ryan was only trying to help her escape her past, but what he uncovered next will change everything. Olivia isn't just running from her past, she's running from something dangerous, and Ryan is now caught in the middle. He thought he could help her, but Olivia's secret puts them both at risk. Will Ryan walk away, or risk everything to save her? In a world of betrayal and lies, can Ryan still believe in the kindness he once saw in Olivia? Or is this the beginning of his downfall? Ryan Harrison walked through the crowded streets of Chicago, a city he had once loved but now felt like a cold maze. He had always been the kind of person who tried to help others, even when he didn't have enough for himself. He was late for work, but something caught his eye. A woman sitting on a bench, holding her head in her hands. It was a rainy afternoon, but her desperation was unmistakable. Ryan couldn't ignore it. "I've got to help her," he whispered, approaching cautiously. He didn't know it yet, but this one act of kindness would change everything. Olivia looked up as Ryan sat down beside her. Her eyes were red from crying, and she seemed lost in the storm of her life. "Hey, are you okay?" Ryan asked gently. She wiped her tears and gave a small, forced smile. "I'm fine," she said, but Ryan could see the cracks in her voice. He offered her a cup of coffee from the cafe across the street. They didn't talk much, but the silence between them spoke volumes. Something about her made Ryan feel like he needed to help her. "You don't have to do this alone," he said, a sense of warmth filling his chest. Olivia looked at him, and for a moment he saw vulnerability in her eyes. He didn't know it then, but this was the beginning of a chain of events that would pull both of them into a whirlwind. 2 days later, Ryan and Olivia met again, but this time things weren't as they seemed. Olivia was nowhere to be found when Ryan showed up at their usual spot. Confused, he wandered into a nearby bookstore, only to find her sitting at the back talking to none other than Eli Turner, his old friend. "What are you doing here?" Ryan asked. Eli turned, his face unreadable. "You really don't know, do you? Olivia and I go way back." Ryan's stomach dropped. Eli had never mentioned a connection to Olivia. As the conversation unfolded, Ryan learned that Olivia was hiding from her past. She had worked with Eli in a much darker capacity. Her involvement with the local underworld had cost her everything, and she was now on the run. Ryan had no idea how deep this went. He had tried to help, but now his world was changing in ways he hadn't anticipated. That night, Ryan received a call from Megan Foster, a charity worker he had been working with for months. "Ryan, I need to tell you something about Olivia." Megan's voice trembled through the phone. "You don't know who she really is." Ryan's heart raced as Megan explained that Olivia wasn't just a victim of circumstance. She was involved in a scam that had defrauded hundreds of people. Ryan's good intentions were being tested. How much of Olivia's story was true? The woman he had been trying to help was hiding a dark truth, and he was now tangled in her web. He thought he was offering a helping hand, but what if he had been manipulated? Ryan tracked Olivia down, cornering her in a quiet alley. "What's going on? Who are you really?" Olivia broke down in front of him. "I never wanted this life. I got into something I couldn't get out of. I thought I could leave, but they wouldn't let me." Just as Ryan started to understand the depth of her situation, a black car pulled up and 2 men stepped out. They looked like they had come to settle a debt. "You think you can just walk away from us, Olivia?" one of the men said, his voice cold and threatening. Ryan stepped forward. "What do you want from her?" The man smirked. "She owes us, and you, Ryan, are about to pay the price for getting involved." Ryan had a decision to make. Would he protect Olivia, a woman who had lied to him, or would he walk away, leaving her to face her consequences alone? He knew that standing up for Olivia meant putting everything on the line: his career, his safety, and his future. But he also knew that helping her was the only way to truly redeem himself from his own past mistakes. Ryan made a choice. He grabbed Olivia's hand and ran, determined to face the danger with her, to help her escape the life she had been trapped in for too long. In the end, it wasn't just about saving her, it was about redeeming himself, proving that kindness and courage could still make a difference. As Ryan and Olivia fled, they glanced back to see the black car follow them. But just before the final confrontation, Ryan's phone buzzed with an unknown message. "You can't outrun us. This isn't over, Ryan." The screen cuts to black, leaving the future uncertain. Will they make it out? Or will the past come back to destroy them?